rapidly improving test side. And in some tennis news to finish, Aussie Thanasi Kokkinakis faces a difficult challenge of fronting up against Andy Murray in tonight's Davis Cup semi-final opener, which begins in Glasgow. But Bernard Tomic faces a much easier task as he faces world number 300 Dan Evans in the second rubber. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Now checking 5AA forecast.
RAA, keeping you mobile. For a free in-home demonstration of an RAA mobility scooter, call today.
Partly cloudy and 18 today. Tomorrow sunny and 21. Sunday mostly sunny 22. A possible shower for Monday 21. And then partly cloudy for Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday with temps in the high teens. Currently 8 degrees. More news as it happens on 5AA.
Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, now with $2,000 off the drive-away price. Terms and conditions apply. See your Jeep dealer for details. This is 5AA Breakfast.
Friday the 18th of September, it is 6:36. Yes, 6:36. Big game tonight, of course. The Crows taking on the Hawks in the semi-final, and all of the 5AA commentary team will be there with what is and has always been one of the, if not the most emotional calls ever heard in the history of the universe.
Absolutely. And look, there'd be a lot of car boot slamming around Adelaide at the moment as you put your overnight bag and your kids' scarves and your beanies and what have you in the back of the car. So be careful. I really wish I was going over.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sitting there at home
late?
tonight.
Can you still get yourself there?
Chaos.
No, it's too late. Yeah.
But the at home on the couch. It's got sort of nerve-wracking too, isn't it?
Well, I've never liked that couch.
Hey, we're going to jump over the ditch now to talk to our good friend Selwyn Manning, who is, of course, the editor of EveningReport.nz. Selwyn, always great to chat to you, mate. Hey, this is an issue that really interests me because we are experiencing increasing tensions here in Australia about foreign land purchases, property purchases, and also farming purchases, particularly by Chinese interests. And there's been quite a controversial development on that front with a big farm in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. The national-led government, it's for the first time rejected a major bid by a Chinese company to purchase a large farming block in the central North Island of New Zealand. The company, it's called Pure 100 Farm, and it applied in 2014 to the New Zealand government's Overseas Investment Office to buy Lochinver Station, and that's around Taupo. That's the centre of the North Island in New Zealand. And the price was around $88 million. Now, the size of this farm was 13,800 hectares, and it's considered to be prime farming real estate, and certainly is a tidy farm. Now, initially, Dave, the Overseas Investment Office here authorised the purchase, but the Associate Minister of Finance, a woman called Paula Bennett, she this week rejected the purchase, stating that there was no significant benefit to New Zealand should this sale go ahead. Now, this particular company, this Chinese company, is well connected in China. Remember, its name is Pure 100 Farm, but it's a subsidiary of the Chinese-based Shangahai Pengxin company. Now, that particular company in February, it stated that it planned to double its investment in New Zealand, and it currently has $500 million worth of farming stock. It wanted to push over the $1 billion mark within 5-year period here. Public sentiment, like in Australia, Dave, just like what you described there in New Zealand, is very cautious. There's been significant public angst about this, about foreigners in general as opposed to just Chinese. But, it seemed like the government was adjusting to that public pressure, perhaps.
Yeah, right.
Now, the government says, no, it did it, made this decision to scrap the deal basically simply because there was not enough significant benefit, like in jobs, for Kiwis.
That Pure 100 Farm name, is that, even though it's a Chinese company, is that them using the New Zealand tourism slogan as well to sort of drape themselves in the flag a bit? Because 100% pure is one of the New Zealand national tourism slogans, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very close, isn't it? It's clever marketing in a sense. Now, that hasn't escaped the public's attention on this. That's been debated here too. The other thing is there was caution and concerns on the other side of the ledger, if you like, that by turning this particular company down, remember the subsidiary of the giant based in China, that it may affect New Zealand's free trade agreement of which we've had going for some years now. The Prime Minister said overnight, Dave, that no, it won't affect that. In his view, the relationship's strong. But certainly, this purchasing up New Zealand land, particularly prime stuff, is growing in its intensity, and it's really causing problems, I think.
Now, this story has got me intrigued. An Airbnb property in Dunedin is offering something a little extra that may leave you with a very happy memory after your stay.
Or no memory.
Yeah, if you can remember it after the stay, Jane, that's the big key, I think. It's Dunedin. It's the Cannabis Museum. It's called Whakamana, and it's listing a guest room on Airbnb. Now, the museum, it's promoting its enterprise. It's pretty laid-back kind of manner, really. It's describing its accommodation as having, and I quote here, awesome green bed, or queen bed, I should say, not green bed.
Might be green.
Shows you how you can't see things properly when you've got something in your mind, isn't it? But queen bed with reading lamps, so that's the optional extra probably. A bit of closet space, it says, and plenty of electricity outlets, and a few house plants it adds on the end. So, and then the curator, Ab Gray, he told Fairfax's Stuff website that he couldn't help people score their cannabis, but he could take interested people on custom tours to certain scenic locations, which would include the pro-cannabis law reform protest at the University of Otago, which is notorious, Jane, for quite a smoky atmosphere, if you know what I mean.
Well, it sounds intriguing, and if you're into that sort of thing, well, there's a place you can go and stay and feel very comfortable.
Selwyn Manning, the editor of EveningReport.nz.